to become more considerate about the safety wherever you are. Start from yourself. And now we will focusing on the mechanical hazard and guards for the machine. Let me share screen to make you easily to be understand about the subject.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay.
I think your sound is quite clear, but the background is a little buzz.
Okay,
Siapa
let
tuh
me
matur?
check first. What happened to my speaker?
Oke.
This is better or still the same?
I think it's good enough.
Good enough.
Okay.
Clear enough? Okay.
Ma'am, I want to ask about the attendance in Neo.
Okay.
It has not opened it.
Okay, I will remind Mr. Argo. Okay, maybe after this class you still also get into the name. Let me remind Mr. Argo.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's start.
Aku lali biyen Bu Linda iki tau ngajarak dia apa ya?
APK.
Have you seen the PowerPoint here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we will talk about the mechanical hazard and machining guard safety. Everybody, actually about the safety is one of the main concern in the industrial engineering. Maybe if you are not involved in the industry or still not going into the factory, maybe you feel that is that really we have to really care about the safety. But when you are already get into the factory or you are have interaction with the workers, especially in the factory or plants that really have a very high risk condition, you will really concern about the safety. For example, in the flammable area or maybe in the explodes area, you will have more consideration about the safety. And in this case, we will focusing on the mechanical hazard and machining guard safety. We will have 3 points to be discussed in this subject. The first one is about the standards. And then the second one is about some types of the mechanical hazards. And then how to controls for the mechanical hazard. This is the more important thing. After we understand and we can determine all of the possibility of the mechanical hazard, the main point is how to improve the system, how to improve the machine, how to make it become more safety to be used by all the workers and for all the work that we will do. The standard for the machine safety, actually, it is in ISO 14120 and 0, okay? Or maybe we can spell it by ISO 14120. In 2015, which is applies to guard for machinery, which will be manufactured after it is published. So actually, after a machine being published by a company and then it will be manufactured, actually this ISO is make the standard about how to create the guards or the safety system for the machine that has been that will be manufactured. All the requirements are applicable if fixed and movable guards are used. So it can be applied for the guards that can be fixed on the machine. It means attached very fixedly in the machine or just attached and easy to be moved from the machine. This ISO is really concerned about the safety guards for the machine, especially all of the machine that consists of rotary system, consists of rotary blades, consists of rotary gears that can make easily or possibility of the hazard can be cutting hand, cutting finger, etc. that comes from the blades that rotary very fast. Okay, and then this is some injuries that caused by the mechanical hazard. For example, it can be stuck by the machine that move forward and backward, or maybe to the left and to the right, and also come from the blades, the rotary blades, or maybe you can stuck in the machine like this one, and it can be cause you lost your soul because your body cut maybe vertically or maybe horizontally. This is the condition that can be happen that caused by the blade. For example, cutting finger, not only one finger, but can also 4 fingers, can also cut for all your palms, all of your hands. It can be happen. So we have to concern about this one,
Wah, Bert,
how to
iki Bert,
guard the machine.
mesin ras
I
Bert.
think all of
Hati sarung
you,
tangan.
after you are finished about this
Hilang
subject, you will be more concerned about how to make something more safety, especially start from your machinery at home, start from your tools at home, peripheral at homes. So it will make you have a soul about the safety itself.
Apa sih?
Okay. This is
Nyari
also we have
file.
to concern about the unexpected release that can make a
Kok
potential
iso
hazard.
iku
For
lho?
example, if we
Iki
want
lho.
to work with a spring
Klik.
that we need a very huge or extra energy to open or maybe to make it become stretched, it also a potential hazard. As we learn from the first week and the second week, all of you, I think you
PI
all
gue
of
apa
you
disimpan
understand about the
Maci kok.
potential hazards. Everything that can make a potential become become a concern of us as an engineering, as a safety engineer, to be able to make the solution for this condition. Okay. And then this is also the potential hazard that can be happen from the mechanical and machinery activity. For example, the drop weight that can be caused by all the spare parts, can be caused by all the components, or maybe the
5.000.
gear that
Waduh,
loose from
mulai
the
mana?
tight, etc. It can hurt, it can make your foot
Kapan bos
become
kontrak?
hurt, it
Bulan
can make
depan
your
kan?
tool
April.
become cut,
Oh
etc.
iya,
Awal
mantap.
April.
Okay, that's why if you are work in a very hazardous machine, sometimes we have to use safety gloves, or we have to use a safety shoes that maybe it's not really
Actually,
comfort to be used
penutupan.
or
Ini
to
nyala.
be wear, but it has to be wear because it will make you become more safe while doing your work at the factory. This is also the mechanical hazard. For example, the linear or rotational kinetic energy for all the projectiles that can be fly. For example, the bolts and also the spring, etc. That rotational with a very high speed.
Ya karo kok masih nyimpen.
It can make a mechanical hazard in the machine that operate near you, or when you are doing the work at your factory. Okay. And also we have to be careful about the rotating
Apa sih?
machinery shaft. The
Iki
shaft can
lho.
make the injury, not only the rotating process, but also the punch from the shaft. We have to also be careful about this one when you are work in this
Ya karo
machine.
tuh.
Okay. The next one, we also concern about the compressed fluids. If you remember about the KRI Nanggala that has been sunk at about 1 or 2 years ago, we can see this is the condition while the compressed fluids
Ya Pak No.
get extra compression. It will blow like this one, and this is become a hazard while it is blew up. Okay, this is the condition or the types of mechanical hazard. Sorry. Okay, next. This is the common condition that we can find at the machine, attached on the machine that can make hazard. For example, the blades and also the sharp edge. The blades, let's see like this, and also the sharp edge from the machine. And also we have to be careful about this one, the punch system or the jigsaw system, or also the planer, the blade that position like this. Sorry, wait. Okay, sorry. This is also we have to concern about the blades and the sharp edges. Okay. The next one is, sorry, I have to stop share and start again. Okay, the next one, this is also the hazards like the cutting edge. This also happen when we are doing with the materials such as metal. The next one is in running nip points. This one nip points, what we call as nip points, like the intersection of some gear that move in a clockwise or other clockwise. Okay, this is the first nip point. This is the second nip point. This is also the nip point, while the gear is meet up with the lower gear. And also in the chain, for example, the chain in the bicycle, the chain in the machine, this one is the nip point. And then this is also the nip point. And also in the rotary area, this one is also the nip point. This is also the mechanical hazard that we can find in the machinery. The next one, we have also concern about the pinch point. Which one is the pinch point? This one is the pinch point. This is the pinch point. This is also the pinch point. When the bench or maybe the machine has to be fold, the folding area, this one is the pinch point. If your finger is here, it can be stuck, or maybe your leg or your foot, your hand, it can be stuck in this area. So we have to be careful for each area or each compartment or each component from the machine. And then this is the control principle for the mechanical hazards. If the hazard is not essential to the experiment or project, you have to eliminate it altogether or engineer it out. It means you have to redesign. If it is not possible to eliminate the hazard, you have to guard it. This is the main idea, how to guard while you cannot redesign your machine. If it is not possible to guard it, you have to rely on training and give the personal protective equipment while the worker using the machine that you are produced or you are manufactured. So this is the level of the safety awareness. The first one, we have to design the machine that really safe. But if we cannot do this one, we go to the next level. We have to provide the guardian or system guard to make it become more safe. But if only we cannot do the second level, then we have to prepare how to create or to provide the personal protective equipment. For example, the gloves, or maybe the earplug, or maybe the shoes, etc., that can help while something happen with the machine if they are not running well as follows. This is some few options that are available in the machining guard. The first one, as we understand about the fixed barrier guards, next we will see one by one through the pictures or figure that make you easily understand about each part. The second one is the adjustable guard. The third one is the retractable guard. So it can be retract, can be adjust. And then also interlock guard and electronic presence sensing devices. This is the reference that we take from the NCB11 series of standard. We will check one by one which one is the fixed barrier and then which one is the adjustable, the retractable, interlock system, and also the electronic presence sensing devices. The first one, we have to understand that also we can make the range for the acceptable opening sizes. Maybe if you want to make it become
Ketara ya
more
berarti, mari
easy
kene
to
posoan.
understand, for example, if
Profite
you have
munggah.
a fan at home, you see
Online mana?
when
Enggak,
online.
kok sakur
touch the
lebaran
propeller, it
lockdown
will be
maneh.
hazard for our finger.
Wis
So
3 tahun aku gak
sometimes
iso nak
we have
kampung.
to put the front part from the fan that can be checked like this, so your finger cannot get into the propeller.
Mari mudik
Okay,
mesti kasus
this
naik
is
ya.
the
Ya,
OSA safety guard
sakurunge
skill.
mudik, Pak.
This one the OSA safety
1
guard
minggu
skill.
sebelum mudik itu di lockdown biasanya.
Okay, while we want to get
Berarti aku
the
kudu
OSA
mulai 2
standard,
minggu sadurunge mudik.
or we want to get the safety standard for
Ber- kan
zero
mudik, Kak.
accident, sometimes we have to
Balik
check
aku. Hari ini
by
balik om.
all of
Duh,
this
balik.
equipment.
Masa apa balik?
Okay,
Kan enggak itu.
this one the fixed barrier guard.
Mari UAS saya balik
Fixed
ya, Pak.
barrier
Mari
guard,
UTS saya
for
balik.
example, fixed guard and
Kita-
closing a belt
Belum.
and pulley.
Sing
So this one,
gak salah kan
while we produce
anu,
the machine, is
Wix
also
siji,
consist the fixed
Wikloro
guard.
kan mek sidik.
So the guard is like one part as the machine. When we want to inspect or we want to check or we want to repair or we
Mending
want to maintain, we using this
Bert.
panel inspection.
Apa?
Mending kon balik Jumat
So
sore.
maybe at the
Bert.
top
Jumat
part
bengi,
or maybe in the bottom part
Jumat sore
there are
ono sih nek.
panel inspections,
Wiklorone soalnya kan
we
mek
can
garek PI
open.
karo procure.
but all of the system
Awak
is
dhewe kan ditetir nang
like
Wix siji.
fixed guard by the system from
Balik
the
Week 1
manufacturer.
akhir ya.
Iya.
This also happen
Week 1
when
akhir iku.
the condition
Jumat
of the
sore,
machine or the condition
maghrib.
of the blade is really harmful.
Setengah 4.
So the
Mepet sih
manufacturer
tapi.
will
Seenggaknya
give you
Wikloro iku wis
a fixed
santai lah.
guard to make sure that you cannot open it. So it will be more safe when you are wearing
SD
the
Oma.
machine. Okay. This is also the
Jember,
fixed
guys.
guard. For example, when you are grinding,
Gak usah
this
ngobuku
is
wis.
the fixed guard.
Dia
You
cari
cannot
diki kok.
open this one, the white
Jadi
one. So you
Eh,
just only you cannot put your finger here in this area because while it is rotating, it's really harmful. This is the fixed barrier guard. It means the guard is consist as one part as the machine itself. It cannot be open or sometimes need a very hard effort to open the guard. That's why it is called a fixed barrier guard. The second one is the adjustable guard. It means the guard can be moved easily. Maybe it depends on the size of the material that you want to process. For example, if the material 5 millimeters or the materials that you want to process at about 2 centimeters, when it has a different size, so the guard can be adjusted, can be moved, can be plug and play, something like that. Okay, and usually it's not too hard to open the guard. It's maybe like one bolt, or maybe can be easily to be pull and then put it back on the area that you want to adjust based on the size of the material that you are processing. The third one is the retractable guard. Retractable guard, it means it can be guard from the minimized to the maximized area like this. This is the rod arm saw. This is the blade. Okay. So if you want to guard very, very tight, you can move it into to the left. Or maybe if you are process the large material or the bigger material, it can move to the right. This is the retractable guard. So it can be easily to retract, make it become bigger guard or smaller guard. It's up to you. And usually the guards that consist in the machinery, it uses the transparent material like this, or sometimes using acrylic, a very thick acrylic, so it will not bother you to see the material. So you can easily see the material that you are processed, but it also gives you an extra or safety equipment to make you become safe while you doing a work. Okay. And then this one, the interlock guard. What is the interlock guard? For example, like this. When you see all of the machine is like open, consists of so many cables, so many panels, so many bolts, and it's not covered by a fixed guard. It's just open like that. So we have to create the interlock guard. So this one, the interlock guard, we lock the area that not easily to be touched. Okay. And sometimes it can be open like this. For example, it can be open, go to, oh, okay, this is the left side and then this is the right side. You can open up and down, up to you. And then this is the open window to make you easily to control the panel here. For example, you can control the on, off, or maybe you want to make the machine faster than before. This is the open area only. But if you are not doing the maintenance, or you are not doing another operation, or you are not doing the abnormal condition, usually the interlock system or interlock guard have to be stay locked. You cannot open by yourself. Sometimes it needs the maintenance area or the maintenance service attendants that has the responsibility to open the interlock system guard. Okay, so the guard like a cage like this, and usually the working area is in this place. You cannot touch into the machine, or you cannot touch inside here. You only just push the button or the control panel in this one. Okay, this is also wait.
Wah, itu batuk-batuk Bert.
The example of the machine safety guard. Okay, like this one.
Kau udah pick 21 Bert?
You can see this is to cover the pulley. It can be open, So this is not the fixed guard.
Yuk,
It can be open,
Lagi kelas adik.
but
yuk.
hopefully all of you, while
Oh, I
doing
see,
the
I see.
machine like this, keep the guard
Di
stay in the
Evan.
position.
Apa?
And you can see
Evan.
usually while we are
Nak
creating a guard, there are some colors that
Kelas apa ya kamu itu
become
lalu?
a standard,
Ketiga.
international standard.
Wah.
Usually
Enak sih
they
aku
give
kalau
the
ujian
yellow
kok.
line.
Kan apa?
It shows that we
Ujian.
have to be careful or we have to concern
UAS
about
ya,
that
ono itu.
area. Okay, this is also the guard. This is the interlock system
UAS project
as
sih.
the
UTS
whole.
enak waktu.
For example, for the genset,
UTS-nya
we
ono.
need the interlock system, or maybe
Oh.
with the high voltage area, it needs an interlock system. We have to add the sign here, do not touch, just be careful, and using also the yellow color here. And then this one is also the interlock system. While the process is in the belt conveyor, let's see the material here is in the belt conveyor. The material come out from the machine, but this is the guard system. We cannot get it into the machine. We just only process the material that can come out in the belt conveyor. This is also the guard interlock system, but it can easily open because this can be handled. Maybe this is not too harmful as this one below, at this one or this one, okay? This is also the interlock system. So interlock system is one area or one cage that has to be covered while the machine is running properly, okay? The fourth one is the presence of the sensing devices. Maybe you can easily understand about this one. For example, if you are in the food courts and then you go to the wash your hand, and sometimes the tap you do need to touch, but you just put your hand under the sensor, and then the sensor or the sensing devices will recognize that there is a hand here, and it will the water will running out. Just the same like this. So this is such a sensing devices. So when your hand in this area, maybe in the punch machine, they can understand by the system, oh, there is a hand or there is another obstacle in this area. So when something obstacle in that area, the machine will not punch. Maybe you can easily understand by watch this one. Let me wait. Okay, next I will give you the PowerPoint, the link for the PowerPoint in the chat room. Maybe you can see about the presence of the sensing devices. So this one, let's see. When the hand here, the machine will not proceed. But when your hand come out, the machine will punch. So this is called the present sensing devices. They can easily understand the devices of your hands or the presence of your material. So when you are still in the area, in the hazardous area, they will not operate. When you are, oh, sorry, wait.
Asik.
Device initiation is a technology that uses light curtains such as a mechanical press.
Wait. This is the presence of sensing devices. Okay. And then the next one, wait, something wrong with my PowerPoint. Okay. Okay, the next one, we have to concern also about the safety training. When something is already well designed, or maybe you feel that all of the machine easily to be operated or consistently implemented, you have to concern also about the training. By the prejudice that everyone will be operate the machine very careful, we have still give them training about how to use it in the good condition, or maybe when something improper happen. The procedure control for the safety training, for example, we can use the lockout or tagout system. Lockout, it means when the area of the hazardous process consists of, for example, 10 workers. We have to lock out the condition. We have to lock out the workers until all of the machines stop. We cannot ask them to go out, or we cannot ask everyone from the outside get into the system. It means the lockout. After you start your shift, for example, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., so in the duration of the working effective time, you have to lock out all of your workers in the area. For example, uh, the easily way to say is like to isolate. your workers. It is the lockout system. And then the procedural control, also you give the limiting hours. For example, all of the worker in the hazardous area should not work above the 2 a.m., maximum 2 a.m. When they are in the third shift, they have to go home or start all of the activity maximum at 2 a.m. This is by research because all of the uh, accident could be happen. The most accident happen in the third shift, that it happened more than 2 a.m. in the morning. And the third one, for the procedural controls, you can make the or create the buddy system. What is buddy system? It means in every condition, you need to check with your buddy. You're not doing by yourself, but you have the buddy. For example, when you are checking the machine, you are checking whether the interlock system is running well. When you are checking is the guard is also on the right place. You are not only checking by yourself, but you ask your friend to come with you to make sure that the buddy or your friend also know or understand that you already create the good or safe area. So this is the buddy system that usually used in the factory to make sure or to have the evidence to running the good procedural controls to make it become more safe for all the workers in the hazardous area. And then the third level for the mechanical hazard and safety guards, when you are not when you cannot design the safe machine or safe guards, you go to the next level. You have to provide all of the personal protective equipment. For example, you have to provide the safety glasses. If there are so many fire, if there are so many dust from the industry, you have to prepare the safety glasses for your workers and you yourself. And also the gloves, safety gloves. So many types of gloves can be made by latex, can be made by skin, can be made by feather, can be made by rubber, consists of so many so many materials. It depends on the process that you are involved in. And also the hard hats. The hard hats should be used, should be wear properly to cover your head from the materials that can be hit your head. And also steel-toed boots. The boots is consist of steel on its toes. It's a big and hard and also very not comfort to be used, but it has to prevent your foot and also your toes from cutting blades, for example. And lab coats is also one of the personal protective equipments, and sometimes the lab coats is made by the specific materials. For example, not easily to be flamed, not easily to be get in from the liquid material, etc. And then another personal protective equipment for the mechanical hazard is also safety harness. If you are concerned or dwelling with a very high machine, very tall, very big, you have to climb up on the upper part of the machine. You have to wear a safety harness for guard you from the fall protection. And when you are doing the machinery process, one of the problem is also the noise. So you have to wear the earplugs to provide to guard your ears from the unexpected noise and very, very loud noise. This is the personal protective equipment that we have to prepare if only we find that the guard of the machine, of the system of the machine is not properly safe for your operation. Okay, this is about the mechanical safety and also the guard from the machine. Let's discuss, for example, in the daily life materials, we can see so many machinery guard. Okay, we can see so many machinery guard. For example, like this one, we can see in the motorcycle to provide to guard the chain of the motorcycle or maybe the chain of the bicycle chain. It can be guard like this one. Or maybe the system guard, another system guard, for example, like the mechanism of the automatic car. The mechanism guard for the automatic car, for example, you cannot plug the key when you are not in the mode of parking or you are not put the handrem of your car. That is the mechanism of the guard. So you are not forget to make sure that your car is in the good condition of stop. Okay. Another guard, for example, for the fan, to guard from the propellers of the fan itself. So you cannot put your finger into the fan. Another guard, for example, if you have a food processor at home or maybe your mom's food processor, you can check. Now the system is quite good. For example, if you are not put on the right position, if you are not put until the clicking sound, before the clicking sound you find, you cannot operate all of the food processor. It's also a safety guard that creates in the peripheral or daily life that you can find daily in your home or maybe around you. Okay, what is another? Just be careful when you are seeing the rotary blade, when you are seeing the rotary gear, or you are seeing so many circular movement, it can create a hazard for your hands or maybe for your foot or your finger. You have to check whether is that consists of machining guard or not. Okay, this is the guard that we have to understand so we can be more careful while using or operating all of this machinery. Okay, is there any question until this one? Any question from you? Okay, let me share you the the link of this PowerPoint. Maybe you want to see. While waiting, if there is a question from you.
Mari ta iki.
Urung.
Perasaanku sih mari.
Cek Neos dibuka kurung?
Neonya berarti kalau menurutku sih Neonya yang buka bukan ibunya ya.
Memang.
Pak Arko kayaknya yang
Pak
buka
Arko.
kan.
Ibunya tadi bilang. Oh udah. Absen guys K3.
Aku minjem jas lab lagi.
Ke beda orang lagi.
Bodoh. Cuman karena belum datang barangnya. Tak pesannya kemarin sih.
Ini. Aku ada juga slab putih.
Kok hari ini kok ambilnya sih? Aku beli kacamata frame-nya yang kayak anu loh. Kayak Robert Downey Jr.
Wow.
Kak, cuman ya kak frame yang mahal. Oh, pokoknya bentuknya miripan lah.
Apa? Berk?
Apa? Hah?
Kayak Tony Stark.
Iya. Yang kotak baru atasnya kayak ada jembatannya gitu.
Om beli yang kotak.
Dulu kan aku emang kacamataku kotak. Pas semester 2 itu aku mindah bulat.
Bagus yang bulat. Aku suka bulat.
Gantung sih, aku pertama lo ngeliat muka aku pakai bulat lo ketawa sendiri aku.
Ini.
Pertama kali nyoba itu aku masih nyoba frame di toko-toko kacamata biasa, di optik biasa kan. Nyoba yang bulat ketawa sendiri aku. Tuh muka aku kayak gini loh pakai kacamata bulat. Lama-lama ya biasa aja.
Iya, lek kacamata bulat iku Chinese metu tenan, Pak.
Waduh.
Anu, kan.
Rasis kon. Rasis.
Enggak.
Waduh.
Soro jadi berarti. Katanya NKRI, NKRI harga mati.
Wow.
Iya, hati.
Katanya
pemuda Pancasila kayak ini.
Gila wis Cina X Madura mati kan.
Aku waktu itu masukin anu loh. Aku masukin 3 gambar. Pertama yang bulat-bulat open knowledge map. Terus network visualization sama density visualization.
Maybe I will share the PowerPoint in the group so all of you can open
Apanya?
after this
Madpen.
session.
Iya.
Whenever you
Gak
want
usah
to
kata
save,
ibunya.
you can easily save from the
Langsung.
PowerPoint
Pokoknya
that
aku
I will
dengerin
share.
dari
Okay?
Budina
Is there any
ngomong itu
question
aja dari
until now?
YouTube. Ibunya pertama ngomong yang
Clear
bulat-bulat itu
enough?
dimasukin. Oh ya wes, tak screenshot.
I think it's clear enough, man.
Yang VOS
Okay,
tapi gak ada
thank
dijelasin.
you. If
Cuman
there is no
aku masukin
question,
aja.
see you for the next few
Oh!
weeks.
Nggak percaya
Okay,
kon.
stay safe,
Mari.
stay healthy,
Okay.
and keep aware for the safety around you. Okay.